Oh my goodness. Hi, you guys. How are you? I had to get some coffee. Suddenly I was craving it. And yes, this is a super cold full moon. I'm sure you guys look in the sky, you're going to see it. It is a super moon, so it is close to Earth. And what I love about this, whereas the apogee moon, where the moon is far away, we feel kind of isolated. But when we have these supermoons where the moon is perigee, where the moon is closest, to the Earth, it's like we're all nestled together. There's this more connected feeling. There's not so much space in between us, but there's something that pulls us together. And I'm really enjoying it. How are my forest dwellers? It is so good to see you. I hope you guys had an amazing Thanksgiving. I can't believe it's already December. It's December 4th. And actually, I thought today was Wednesday for the longest time. And I'm like, oh, it is Thursday. That even cuts like another day down of what I was planning to do. So let me say hello to you guys. Hi, Marie Sutton, Super Sean's mom, changing her name. Hi, Carolyn Wade. How are you? And MK Miller caught alive again. Yay. And Charlie C. Sage of Fire. And who else we have? Hi, Renee. Good to see you. And Electra. Is it cold there in D.C.? Antoinette's granddaughter. Oh, yes. Please hit the thumbs up for me. Hello, all you beautiful people. Hi, Sue and Moonchild and Janelle finally made alive. Yay. Hi, Stacy. Ola Z Queen, she says, you know what? I have my plan together and what I want to do with offering readings. And you just reminded me when I saw Z Queen, because my prior channel was Queen's Tarot. This is the new channel. Well, looking at some of my old stuff, I found out, like through Z Queens, that stuff was found on the dark web. So I am working with a new name. I think it's going to be Empress Regina, as far as like email and PayPal accounts go and stuff like that. So I'm glad you reminded me of that. It is cold, Electra. Hi, Paisley. And in Hudson Valley, New York is cold. Did you guys get all of our snow? We got over a foot, and I swear we've had snow every single day since the storm started. Yes, Patty, time is speeding by so fast. And hi, Denise. Okay, and I'm just going to apologize in advance because, I didn't know it was Thursday. I'm lost in time again. And I went and I just hurried up and just scarfed down some food. I'm sorry, I might be belching. I couldn't resist. I had to go to Bona. I was just craving their Chicago-style hot dogs and their cheese fries. And I haven't had junk like that in a while, but my body was just like, please, cheese fries. And they have really good cheese fries. So that's what I'm doing today. Okay, so yes, there's so much going on. And wow, it just really sucks if your name is Donald and you're living in Washington, D.C. There are so many things coming to a head, obviously. We're going to talk about this super full moon. But I want to back up because last year, a year ago, I think this channel I was just like a couple months old. But last year, when we talked about the full moon in Gemini, I was saying, you guys, this is opening up a portal. And the portal that was being opened had everything to do with fighting disinformation and propaganda. Like a year ago, I think we were still waiting for him to be inaugurated. We were still kind of stunned about the result, and people realized what was on the horizon. But I don't think you had the sense or felt like on the same page as everybody else. It just still seemed like everything was kind of everyone on their own, we're all anticipating the divide and conquer propaganda that, well, it was ongoing, but we were, we didn't really have a whole lot of form as an electorate. We're just kind of stunned. We're kind of paused. We are celebrating Biden and everything that he did for us. And so anyway, that full moon last year, I said was opening up a portal. And it was a portal in which the veil would be lifted. That it was such that, the way Neptune had been behaving, the way these guys, we could all suspect there were other players in the background, and we knew it was kind of like this nebulous thing, but all this garbage that we've been fed, all of our algorithms that's been set up, I was telling you guys, this is different. This is setting the stage for the end of, propaganda. It's the end of lies, because people are going to see right through it. The fog is going to burn off all this gaslighting crap, and we're going to have a clearer mind. And I also talked about how with that getting killed off, we were going to come together more and more as a people, but that it would be a process. We'd be kind of stuck in this, we were in a haze at the beginning of the year. But then as the year went on, come spring, we would start to come together, get our mojo back, see what's going on. And, it's really been this steady moving forward together. I just was told, let's grab a pretty card. Where are my pretty cards? You want me to grab a pretty card? Where are they? Over here. Because I'm getting these images through my mind about us being kind of in this haze, but then us also coming together. So these cards are so pretty. They're so vibrant. And I just love the messages and the colors that they exude. So I'm going to draw 2 cards. Where we were a year ago, kind of the haze I'm talking about, and then how we've come together, Gemini full moon cycle a year later. Because doesn't it just qualitatively feel different? Doesn't the electorate feel different? And even though Don Julio's doing the same old crap with different people, but they just, they've got a shortened leash. He's losing his mind. They're trying really hard to stay on top of all of this, but having a hard time. Well, hi, Coco. How are you? You, if you could talk, you would want to say hello, huh? My golden is in here. Why aren't you downstairs watching Thursday Night Football? Okay, so let's do 2 cards. We're going to do, where's the one a year ago before the fog was going to burn? You're in here somewhere. There. This is where we were. Oop. This is the progress we made over the year. Together. And this is us facing future, facing forward. No, you still want to go over here. There you are. Okay, so this is our journey. Look at that. Oh, I gotta get my glasses on. Oh, I like this. The 9 of Cups. Look at all of us together. Look. These birds are standing out to me. It's just this is our journey. This is who we've been individually, celebrating one another, celebrating our differences, but coming together and, pursuing the American dream, remembering that American dream. And, it's full of comfort, full of love. Okay. So there we are in the past. When I was talking about a year ago being in this haze that was upon us, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And so there we are getting started. I'm thinking about Don Julio's wall that he wanted to build. And this is reversed. And it's like, okay, we know the show. We know what's going on. But it's like everything that we built up under Biden was torn down. And it also shows to me, yeah, we're coming back around to this thing again. And we, the people, are like, we're not buying it. So it's like everyone getting off to a bad start, things crumbling down, things coming apart, looking at our values. And those people who are supposed to construct and protect our government and our agencies, all that stuff coming down right, I want to say, at its foundation, but not totally its foundation. You know, they've been at this. I'm getting heritage in my mind as well about P2025 and how they're going to dismantle everything. Okay? So we're in this year, the fog burns off, we are coming together. I don't know if you guys can feel that. I feel like the electorate, we are more united, we're clearer, and we know where we're headed. So this has been our journey this past year. The protests, just everything, the big mess. We have the Hierophant, the government, how our government is structured, who's telling us who's in charge. Look at all those religious symbols back there trying to turn us into a Christian nationalistic nation, and someone doing the sales job. And then we have all these people, the students, who are looking at this like, what? And what are you doing here? Like, everybody knows you can't hide it, even down to that mouse and that spider. Everyone is paying attention. And look at all the knowledge and the books. It's like you can't pull the wool over our eyes. But we have really stood together, looking at our government with fine detail, what you guys are doing. And there's 4 of us. You see there's 4 of us. That's stability. The Hierophant is also a 5 card. So it's an establishment, but it's also kind of in the middle of things, so to speak. And so then this is us going forward. The Page of Pentacles. Isn't that lovely? It is like we have renewed eyes, renewed zest, renewed values, renewed structure. Like, we know what it takes to get it done, but look at that optimism there. There's optimism within us. And look at, there's our doggies, there's our neighborhoods. And speaking of neighborhoods, it's like we got your back. The generosity of having the back of our youth and our neighborhoods and our people. Do you see how we're together? We've gone from this Ace of Pentacles with like a -0 all the way up to the page. So this is where we're faced and where we're heading. Okay? How are you guys doing? We're saying good morning to Carolyn from Southwest Scotland. It's cold and very wet here at 1:09 a.m. in the morning. Oh my gosh. Do you guys do daylight savings? Or are we just like over here the only ones who like spring ahead and fall back with time? And I ask that because I thought it would be even later for you, but maybe I need to look at a map and maybe you're closer to us than what I thought. Yes, hit the like button, Purple Sky. Hi, I'm afraid not. Is crocheting an octopi cutie? Cutie boo. Purple's looking forward to clarity. Hello, Teresa. Our Cynthia, our fellow forest dwellers. -11 in Ontario. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? Because, I still don't understand Celsius except 0 degrees is freezing. And -11 sounds very, very cold. Oh, you're having a nice cup of tea, Antoinette's granddaughter. Okay. Electorate breaking. Supreme Court grants the request to restore redistricting maps. Apparent 6-3 ruling with the Liberals. Okay. I need to talk about that, SCOTUS. I am having the last couple days, some weird images of just those two guys that are hanging out there. You know, why do I want to say Scalia? That's not his name. What is his name? Why am I drawing a blank? I'm drawing a blank on both their names. Is that why they just don't matter? But the two. Oh, okay. Clarence Thomas. Listen to me. Clarence Thomas. Okay, so this has been really bizarre. These images I've been having of them, it's like we have the Supreme Court. We have, 9 of them? And it's those two guys on the end. And it's like they're not really part of the Supreme Court, but it's not like they're separated. And the best way I could think of it is that cosmically, the pattern that is coming down has them separate, because when I see the court and all their faces, I see them. But the other two, I don't really see them. They are so distorted. If you could take a picture of them, it's like it's warped. There's like water over them. It's disproportional. But they're still talking like, yeah, we know what's going on. I wonder if this is the Epps files. But anyway, they are separate. And the only one kind of looking at them like, that's interesting, is Amy Coney Barrett, ACB. So that is just really, should I grab a card on that? I think I should, because I have been like, what's going on? Where are my astrology cards? Okay. They never leave. Okay, I don't know where those are. How can how can they be gone? They never leave my side. No. I bet they're under papers. Okay. I thought I put them really close to me. Nope. Okay. I don't have those cards. Oh, under this deck. I'm telling you, I obviously, clearly, I'm having some mercurial issues. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Why am I seeing those two separate? So distorted. Like, I can't put this card down. If it could float like right about here on like water. And this is the rest of the court. Leo, I will. Okay, stick a pin in this card. Because yesterday I was doing teroscopes asking, what is it that I should fear or be really worried about? And my hands would not grab cards. And when I flipped this over, it was this. And with some of today's rulings, I picked up my deck again today, and that's why I should not fear things. It's really interesting. So these are those two. Oh boy, there's a Pluto card. I know Clarence Thomas, he has a lot of Leo energy. The other one I don't know. I am drawing such a blank on him. Transformational ending. See, and where this Mercury is right now in Scorpio, it is so pointed. It is like we have stuff to clean up this full moon with all the mercurial energy in Gemini opposing Mars in Sagittarius. It's like a lot of information coming at once. It is having to go through a lot of stuff, but Scorpio with that Mercury there is shining a light on everything, knows everything that we've looked at and all the things that have to be cleaned up. Pluto is Scorpio's secondary modern ruler. Wow, that is interesting. I am seeing them with Pluto because that is so destructive. It is such a transformational time with this full moon in Washington, D.C. Here we go. Ukraine is kicking Russia's butt. Good. Oh, it is a Leo. Why am I just drawing such a blank? What's going on with Alito? What's transforming? Here he is. This is what's transforming for him, his challenge. Clarence. Clarence. Ooh. That's already challenged. Well, and this is making it worse. Two of Pentacles. It's interesting we started with that Ace of Pentacles reversed for where we all were, what was going on. The Two of Pentacles, give and go, quid pro quo, this or that, this money, that money, favors. I'm also getting concrete evidence. What evidence and what rulings to... Oh, gosh, they're two-faced. Okay, Alito. I think dude is done. The Ten of Swords. Whack, 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 whack. You guys, he's at the end of the road. For whatever this relates to, he's at the end of the road. He is distorted because the wheels are falling off. Oh my gosh. The wheels are falling. Is it... Oh boy. Oh boy. That's exactly what I would expect too. Thomas, this is him, but he's got a challenge with this, and it's... Oh, look at... He's got the 8. He has the 10. The 8 of Swords. I can't hide from it. Can't complain. There's these are like lies with him, and the lies that he uses to cover up, and the information he uses to create favor. He can't quite get it going. It's like he's stuck here. Oh, there you go. The Five of Cups reversed, because he's the middleman with monies and favors abroad. These two have been making favor in their rulings towards the oligarchs. Is that? That's crazy. What? Steve Meyer, so far in London, the Trump family has grifted to the tune of $3 billion. That's fine. We're going to get all that back. All that is going to go back to where it came from. I don't know why these guys think they can just totally get away with this. It is really interesting what is going on this week. Okay. Now, we're going to put this here. Get a drink there. What do you want me to do? Turn on this light. Okay. We have some things happening. We woke up today with the news. We'll start here. With the news that they got the J6 bomber, which is really peculiar. I was like, yay, I'm glad that happened. But I'm like, it's Thursday. What does that mean for the news cycle for what's coming on Friday? Was one of the things I thought about. This is a chart that I created from 2021 when this person was caught in one of the cameras footage. So that I just wanted to take a look at that. So the news came across. He was arrested. They said about 8:30 Eastern time. But knowing some of the filings I've read about when the FBI go out and get people, they're usually operating at like a 5 or 6 a.m. time frame. So I just threw this as a 6 a.m. time frame. And the thing that stood out to me so much, because there is that doubt, and you know what my hands want to, because there's a bigger story to this guy. I want to know if the J6 bomber being arrested, was it to dominate the news cycle as a distraction? Was that supposed to be, was that supposed to be a distraction from keg stand. Was that supposed to be a distraction? Yes. Okay. So it's a timing. We always know that they will plan for certain things to have happened, like if people are arrested, people get indicted. And it's almost to me like they have them lined up that if something happens, we can go to this thing and use it for breaking news. We could use this as a distraction. It's like they already have that stuff lined up because they already know the things that are coming towards them that are like a crisis and breaking news. So the more I looked at this and looked at the old chart, I was like, wait a minute. Oh boy, I just saw that too. Do you see this? The bottom of the chart, what's anchoring this person at that moment is 19 degrees Scorpio. The ground beneath their feet, what they're doing. Look at, you can't see me. I'm subterranean. You can't see me. I'm doing some crazy scorpionic things. Well, when this news came out, asteroid trumper Donald is 19 degrees Scorpio. And that's not even what I was looking at initially. And the other thing that stood out to me from this chart back in 2021, we have the planet Neptune is 18 degrees Pisces. It is right on the 7th, 8th cusp. So it opens this whole chart. And it's like this area also related to espionage and taboo things, assassins, maybe people planning bombs, undercover, whatever. But the 7th house, this is a partnership. Like, we the people are usually opposition, but this feels more like partnership because the function of this spy is happening in the 7th house of partnership. You see how close they are together? And right now, we have a lot happening, but the nodes are right there at where Neptune was then. Yeah, okay, sorry about that. So, looking at this, I'm going to tell you what I saw. So, you guys know how I have talked about Donald's chart and how he has Dark Moon Lilith. La, 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 la. Can I just have a highlighter? Where's my highlighters? Yeah. We're going to go here. Okay. I just couldn't believe this when I thought about this. So we're just looking at this one little part about his chart. The bottom of his chart where he keeps his secrets, where he feels safe, where things are hidden. That is your personal space where you feel comfortable and secure. And when you keep your secrets that you hide. So his is 24 degrees Scorpio. I talked about how Dark Moon Lilith, the point of the moon, far away, the apogee moon, we have the perigee moon right now. But when the moon is far away, that is like a sense of abandonment and loss. So this point, transit-wise, was going in his 4th house. His people, where he comes from, his crew. And I said that he would be feeling a lot of isolation, feel like people leaving him. And that is definitely happening. We have people who are breaking with him, and this thing is snowballing. He cannot turn the tides. But so when this news came out about them getting the bomber, the news, you look to the sun represents a leader. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the sun is 12 degrees Sagittarius. In the USA chart, the ascendant is 12 degrees Sagittarius. So the sun has, according to the USA chart, has been orbiting in this space in the 12th house of things that are hidden enemies, places, like jails, hospitals, places of healing, but it's really an isolating place. the sun comes into the first house of the USA chart representing a leader. This is what gives you life. So right at this time, I kept feeling like Don Julio is struggling. He's isolated. He needs something to give him some mojo, give him some life so that he can get that fresh breath of everything is okay. And that is what happened in the USA chart. And there's kind of like this relaxed sense. There's all these things happening today. And Don Julio's not speaking about it. He's got other people taking charge and speaking about those things. But there is a real strong sense of comfort, especially when we have Mars now 21, 22 degrees Sagittarius. That is his moon, 22 degrees Sagittarius. Mars hitting your moon, your physical body, your emotional body, your habits. When Mars hits that, there goes my throat. It's a direct hit to one's physical well-being. It is also gives you a charge where you get charged up and you get more energy as it transits through the first house. But there's been all this energy in this space in the USA chart where he was feeling very vulnerable. He was feeling like he was being attacked and he needed to go on the offensive. And that's what we got today of all days. Now, maybe they did arrest the J6 bomber. I don't know. This administration has shut down every investigation. They fired every person who worked on the J6 stuff and pardoned all those mofos. And you're going to tell me that Cash is going to have this presser saying, you can't attack the U.S., you can't attack our capital, we'll find you and get you. I'm like, well, wait, what? He said what? So there's the discord. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. You guys get that? Strange that the bomber... the bomber was black? I did not know that. False flag. Okay. You typed that, Carolyn. And right away, instantly, I thought about there was a protest in Louisiana last night where the people shut down the city council meeting because they were angry about ICE. But they were so obnoxious, like beyond anything I've seen in other cities where, the auditorium is full, standing room only. There was just a cluster of people like going like 4 rows back. They didn't fill the end aisles, just the center part. And they were screaming. They were giving the council the bird, blah, blah, blah. They were excited because they shut this thing down. And I'm looking at this video and you have white people, black people, you have loud people. You have these people are so obnoxious. And instantly I thought, these are paid protesters because they have to make people protesting look bad for all their false flags. And so now that they got this guy who's black to be part of the false flag, it's just that whole dynamic feels... Okay. I'm going to ask first. Were there paid protesters at the Louisiana City Council meeting? I mean, these people it just didn't seem to go together. Were they paid protesters? Were they paid protesters? Did the person that they arrested for J6, did he get a deal for being arrested? Did he get a deal for being arrested? That they can make this big and then he's out. Did they make a deal with him, you guys? It won't go no. Is that guy they arrested? He was white. They arrested a white guy for the J6 bot. No. It is all related. What do I want to draw? Show me the context of this person being arrested. Oh. Okay, that came up with Alito and Clarence Thomas. This person is being... I did not expect Pluto transfer. I did not expect this. This is him being arrested. Show me cash. And the FBI. Oh my gosh. Water element sensing. I've been getting with this that this is trusting. This is trusting your intuition over facts. So this tells me this is not fact-based. It's more of a sensory object of acting. Okay. This guy they arrested for January 6th. You guys. You know, this card is my card for when governments come and talk to someone like we're a favor, or you're going to do this favor for me. So this guy, he's being approached. Is this FBI? No, this is like a decision that a group of people made. What is their relationship to the guy they arrested? The Eight of Cups, a J6 bomber planted bombs. Okay. Wow. Show me cash. Reporting on this. Rely on your intuition, not facts. The Six of Swords. We need to calm things down. So this is like the second level complete. You've got, he is a middleman performing a task to get to calm for their government. What do you know about this guy? Cash. There's a challenge. The Three of Pentacles. Huh. They've had the information for a long time about him. The challenge. This is like, when it's this way, it's like we are experts. We made our decision. It's a go. But even so, they went and arrested him, and there's still doubt. Why now, Cash? Why now? Four Pentacles. There you go. Well, that's a Don Julio picture. It's also like the men at the island. Okay. Did this story come out because all of the Epsi stuff that's coming out? Did this come out because of all the Epsi stuff that's coming out? Cash is managing something for, see, where are you going? Yes. I really did not want to go to the whole cover-up thing, but the Epsi stuff is so... There's so much more coming out, and they're trying to play it off like, yeah, we submitted 40,000 documents, but the documents that's coming in are things they don't want people to see. Did this J6 bomber, did this person, is he the person that actually set up those bombs on January 5th? Is he actually the person that set up the bombs on January 5th? No. Did he have an agreement to be arrested today? Oh, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting that he was wanted for something else. Maybe it's drugs. He was wanted for something else. They made a deal that if you do this, we're going to get rid of that. Show me the quid pro. Show me the quid pro quo for this guy. We're going to get you for this. It's a strong case of what we have you on. We can do anything. But instead, if you do this, what did they do? What did they do? Then the offer, the Knight of Cups. But if you do this, then what happens to this? The Eight of Pentacles. See, you know, I get the feeling about this is like blackmail machine. It's like we won't blackmail you. It will cut the case. Yeah, I totally get the feeling that guy, that's what happened with that guy. Can you believe this? Your audio came back on its own. Go up. No. Oh, no voice. Did I have no voice? Or is that just with Stacy? Oh boy, that I'm gonna have to read that later. Okay, how are you guys doing? Let me see where we are with this. Just Joy bought 5 bags of crystals. Yay! Aw, I hope you find your crystals, Archangel Chamuel. I don't know how to say his name. You guys are so intuitive. I just love. At least my voice kept dropping out. Is it still dropping out? And Antoinette, you can hear me fine. Okay, so maybe it's just for other systems. Boy, that is interesting. Okay. So we're not, I'm not buying it about this guy. Not buying it at all. But we'll see what happens. It did hit an eclipse point. And Donald has been feeling vulnerable. He's feeling a little bit better, but there's just been so much fallout lately. Okay. Oh boy, I should have written it down. I've been seeing a lot of strange things in my teroscopes. You know, usually how I pull information about the news that breaks, and then ongoing things. And since the new moon Scorpio, things seemed contained. But since our crisis quarter moon going into this full moon, it's like there are trends and there are things that combine, but I keep seeing like these clusters of other things that are happening. And I'm like, what does this have to do with? And it feels like there's a lot going on. And when the news came out today about that guy being arrested, I was like, oh, well, I can see it now how it was in here. And I think what's happening is that so much is coming forth that even intuitively, it is a jumbled mess. There are things, so many things that are crisscrossing, and some things don't make sense initially to me, but then as the week goes on, I'm like, oh, that's what that was about. And that has happened many times. And think about just the news we've had this week. And even from, oh my gosh, Thanksgiving Eve and that shooting in D.C. Against the National Guard. She came to me and she was like, it's okay. It's okay. Yes, my family is crushed. They're all crushed, but it's okay. This is part of the big change that's coming forth, not just for the United States, but for the world to witness, and the survival of democracy. She's like, I didn't sacrifice anything. This is what I was to do for my nation. Oh my gosh. She has such a gentle, loving energy about her. And then notice we're not talking about that anymore either. So, yeah, Gnome's got some problems. Bondi has some fears. Oh, and then why is Don Julio pardoning that past president of Honduras? It's like, oh my gosh, another bribe comes in. That guy that was pardoned was it yesterday or the day before? He was tied to some town akin to a Silicon Valley with connections to Peter Thiel and Mark Andreessen. So it's like, that's why he got the pardon. It's there, Thiel and his dudes and those people in Ohio are working with their think tank to see how they can keep control of the United States government with Heritage in tow and the Republicans. And even though the Republicans, there are factions and they're crumbling apart, this P2025 and the Silicon Valley stuff, Peter Thiel stuff, they're on the same page, and they're going to do whatever it takes to keep their hands in control of our government. And I just saw the hands just coming apart. They have such a grip on it, but it's just going to go like that. Yes, Jenny, pardons are paid for. That's all they are. And especially with the Supreme Court permitting tips this year, that if they made a decision, it's legal to, get a thank you tip for doing that for me. My goodness. Okay. Oh, Caroline, I saw that there's a big new case open in Florida which accuses Don Julio of running a trafficking ring like Epstein through his model agencies and pageants. Absolutely. And you know what? That is with, who was his pal, Gates? The city, I don't want to say city manager, the city something. He had a local job. He had access to identifying information, but he went to jail, and he's there for a long time. He made deals, but he's part of the guy that they would all go to Bermuda with the Republicans, and the NRA would go out there. And I had always felt like with the absence of Epstein, they needed someone to fill that role. And I felt like Gates and that guy were part of filling in the blanks. And so I was just really happy to see that was filed. Let's get a card. Because like I said, that's another major story coming out that is just crisscrossing everything in my charts. And even this live is kind of structured, but all over the place. This case. Oh boy, the North Node. Where we're headed. That is just so interesting, because this chart with the bomber and where the North Node is, it's like it's picking up from then. Activities and actions that were going on back in 2021. This speaks to me that this is looped in, that whole contact, all those people, they are looped in, and it's a transnational type of organization. Here. Show me a card for the filing. Oh, that's the filing. This is his, what do they call it? Copycat trafficking scheme. Wow. That's the filing. All the things that they did against the Trump org, not Trump org, but that whole group. This is my card for America, Americans, Cancer. This has been going on for a while. And also, of course, occurring in the seas, in the Caribbean. How does relate to this? Oh, final outcome. This is going to drag on and on and on and on, and trying to figure out a way to get rid of it is just what I got. So there's the filing. There's the King of Swords. This complaint relates to the Ace of Cups. There you go. The primary source of all of this crap that went on. These people, they finally have their voice. They got their complaint together. Oh, they feel so good about it. This, against Don Holt, their copycat trafficking thing relates back to this. There you go, the Nine of Swords. Yes, it does. Yes, it's a huge nightmare. Don't want this to get out. I'm going to drag it on and on and on and on. At the heart of this, we have the star reversed. So the operation was the star, and now that operation has been filed again. I mean, look at that. That's a woman at a beach. They were the star. And it's coming out. This is a big headache. They're trying to figure out something to do about this. Wow. Today was a huge day for other filings. You know, the grand jury will not re-indict. I had a list of things here that I was like, this is coming. This, you guys, this stuff is coming. So we're having this full moon. What do full moons do? They reveal. They illuminate things. Things come to a close. And this entire lunation has its seeds planted in the new moon Scorpio. Even though we are in Sagittarius season, this is planted in the new moon Scorpio, which is watery. It's cleaning up crap, details, agreements, messages, messengers, people, the web, espionage. It is cleaning up all of that stuff. And there is so much energy to get it done and get it done quickly. We have Sagittarius and Gemini, the sun in Sagittarius, the moon in Gemini. It's like you have overseas, but you also have local. With Gemini, overseas, Sagittarius, you have the law, and then you have the filings. It's like they cannot get away from this stuff at all. Okay. What I knew I did. What else happened? They found out, Amnesty International, they found that what happened at Alligator Alley, that constitutes torture. I just even had a hard time just reading that one line, but this is rooted in Scorpio, sees in the Scorpio lunation, being revealed in Sagittarius season. So it is going there. Okay. There was no second kill order. Is what we found out from that hearing today. And shame on Kegstand for outing this Admiral. I'm very proud that he and others came in to testify today. It sounds like that video is atrocious. It sounds like this is just, we all know how bad this is getting. But the fact that Admiral said there was no secondary kill order. Okay, so you see what that's saying? So they said it was, what was it, the double tap bombing of that boat on September 2nd, that they targeted the first, it was hit one time, it obliterated stuff, but there were survivors on the boat. I hope this is still, I'm not getting buffered. But there were two survivors on the boat, and then they watched as they got hit again by a missile. And I think this missile came off the African coast. I could be wrong. But that itself is a war crime. You're not supposed to do that. So it's that second shot that the Admiral said there was no secondary order. So if there was no secondary order, where did that second shot come from? And this, that's why Kegstan wants to throw the Admiral under the bus. He knows what happened. He is claiming he made the decision as a cover for whoever launched that. Oh boy. Oh, I'm so mad. Do you hear what I'm saying? Secondary. Wait. First strike. I need to write this down. I'm going to lose it. Okay. We have. I mean, just the audacity of all this. Okay, so we have. This is the first strike. This is the secondary strike. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I am getting, there's a big wall here. Like it's behind a curtain. You're not supposed to see that, you guys. This is bad. I want to know how Keg relates to both of these. Foundation. Who? So that's the Admiral. Oh my gosh. This just feels like it's from a different country, you guys. What's the issue here? We have Virgo. Analyze. Virgo is related to service. It is related to our military. When we have Mars there, I think it's in our chart. Nope, it's in the 7th. Anyway, I've always associated this, professionals, including the military. It is also surveillance, that digital surveillance and data, looking at something. So we're ordering, oh my gosh. I need one more card before I lose this thought. What was I just saying? This is scary. Okay. And this is what the Admiral carried out. The North Node, the life purpose, where we're headed. Yes, he is in charge. He followed command. This was the mission. I followed through with it. Now, this is the secondary hit. Gosh, where did this come from? An air element. So there was definitely communications. Gemini, the sign of Gemini is an air sign. Has to do with communications. What is being revealed at this full moon? Who shot this? Who shot this? Who shot this? Oh my gosh. I think last time I was live, you guys remember, now this just popped in my mind, that I was seeing Christy Nome. At one point she was in her office. She was a little scattered, frenzied. It's coming through so strong. And I kept seeing her kind of like at her desk, like nobody's in her office. It's like this big, sterile, like environment. Just nondescript, boring office. And she kept like going to a closet and she'd open the closet, close the closet. I kept just seeing her going to this closet. But I think the last time we talked with each other, or the time before that, I was saying that in this closet, she was taking information and data and communicating with someone on the other end, but it looked like someone, you know, incognito, you know, like a master hacker in a very dark space, like almost being in a submarine, like that contained and that isolated. But then somehow over here, our government kind of knew what was going on. Oh gosh, this is so interesting. And so when I drew these cards, it's that person, like in that submarine, the receiving end is this. Oh my gosh, Christy, what have you done? There we go. That was the King of Swords. Okay, who did this? The Six of Cups. The middleman pinging information. Who is it? American. That's Christy. The Empress is full of information. This is always Russia related. And the Emperor. Look at that. Empress and Emperor. These are different entities. These are different entities. They both feel like they're different countries, but they're working together and they're getting information this way. This is the Admiral, like, yeah, I did it. Ended up being a big problem. I thought it was foolish. The Eight of Swords. I'm not taking your crap. I am not going to be your fall guy for this. I'm done with that. Now, what's the true motive here? If Kekstan is throwing him under the bus, there goes my throat. If he's throwing him under the bus and a secondary strike comes in and they've been, you know, building up in the Caribbean, you know, making their case, this is their big war. What is the true motive here? Hanging out, crowning them all. The sixth house. How we do things. This is their new way of doing things. And now I'm thinking about Junior, who has a company he opened up or something financial. And I think it was called 1789 Partners, whatever. And in that year in U.S. history, that is when we adopted our Constitution and we had our first Continental Congress that started ruling our government. It was a new constitution with rules for a new nation, and George Washington was inaugurated on April 30th. This is part of that idea. They're doing all this to create this new image of America and what they think she should be, and that is their treason. Oh my gosh, this is just too much. I thought I was going to be talking about a full moon, you guys, and it's going all over the place because so much stuff is coming up. How are you guys doing? Oh boy. Did you guys read about the big cocaine bust on a yacht managed by JP Morgan? Okay, JP Morgan has a lot of problems. So that's a thing. Oh Jesus. They're doing these people, this is the distraction to cover from their own criminality. We all know that fentanyl chemicals come from the red flag country and they make their way in to the USA through the cartels, namely Sin, Lo, which is the people they should actually be going after, but they're going out against brown people. So they are creating this big scenario of fighting this stuff because it's poisoning our people. No, it's a big stage for the cover-up, for the relationship with the red flag country and others, while they keep letting crap in. And now JP Morgan is at the behest of Don Julio and what he wants, because now they're all being busted because of the Epsi files. And now JP Morgan Banking and what the case that the victims have filed against them for perpetuating those accounts through Epsi. Holy balls, you guys. Queen the Empress. Surprise! Cappy, greetings all. Joint venture to steal Venezuelan oil. You know what? It's so weird because during that first administration, there are rumors about the U.S. wants to commit a coup on me. So it's like they've been playing with this for a while. Hegseth asked the top admiral to resign after months of discord. Well, I think that's going to backfire on him. Okay. Greenberg, that was his name. Thank you. Free Spirit. Sad I'm joining late, but so happy I can still watch the whole video. Thanks for joining. You're welcome. Okay, you know what? Let's just talk a little bit about this full moon and then we'll be done. I know usually I take a break right now, but we're just going to push through and get this done before any more information blows up and takes over this live. Oh, wait. Ghislaine Maxwell asked the courts to block the Epps files because it's going to ruin her reputation as she's trying to get her pardon. Okay, that was the last one. So, what a big mess. Okay. Please tell me I have my chart. Or did I leave those downstairs? They are... Oh my gosh, please, please, please. Are they over there? Oh my gosh, I think you guys, I'm a mess tonight. Did I ever tell you guys about how I keep my printer in the basement because I force myself to go up and down the stairs because I'm on the second floor? Because if I don't keep my printer in the basement, like I'll never go down there, you know, and there's like stuff that needs to be taken care of down there. So I'm always running up and down, and I'm sure I grabbed them and I left them. Maybe, I think I left it on the console table. But anyways, let's see if I can get a picture of it. Do I? Nope. Oh, shit. Nope. That's just the third quarter. Okay. So this full moon, it is coming at 13 degrees Gemini. This says December 4th at 5:13 p.m., but I actually had it after midnight. Anyway, this chart is set up, the most important parts. I'm sure you guys know this. The eclipse points are at the top and bottom of the chart. I think Virgo's at the top, Pisces is at the bottom. And so it's the big reveal, what's going on in Virgo related to our military. But the bigger thing is that this eclipse, this full moon occurs exactly in the middle, in between the two new moon Virgos we had in August, September. That's why things felt like they just lasted so long and we could never get out of this like era. But this is occurring exactly in between those 2 points. And there were 2 eclipses in between those 2 points. And that midpoint is what pulled in a lot of the Epsi stuff, the JP Morgan stuff, the big recession stuff from 2008, 2009. All that stuff is here to stay. And naturally, because it is at this point and the top and the bottom of the chart in Washington, D.C., you know, it's like cracking an egg, like an eclipse point, an eclipse trigger. So what we're going to have going forward is going to be a lot about the law, what's going on overseas, the agreements, who said what, who did what was transported here. I would say smuggling, trafficking, following orders, and it has more of the sense of clean up an aisle 45, okay? And it's not good because where Mars is, it's a hit to his physical body. It's opposite his sun. It exactly is the setup of the eclipse last spring that I said Donald is in the crosshairs. This is what is setting him up for just downhill from here. And so that is what is happening with this. And we're getting all this stuff coming out. They can't contain it. They're doing the best that they can, but nobody's buying it. Like I was talking about earlier, this full moon responds to the full moon we had a year ago that was creating that portal that was, I'm not going to say eliminated gaslighting, but it gave everyone a clear picture about what was going on, that we're all on the same page. We figured out how they have this propaganda machine going. Like everyone is like, you're still distracting from the EPSI files. People have been saying that for months. We're all on the same page. And this is going across parties. Now, the one last thing I want to share with you, because obviously I was not even supposed to be talking about the full moon if all my papers are down there. But like my daughter was at home, her friends were here, and we were just talking about, like, they're like, this has been going on forever. They all are having a hard time with this semester because they all feel like they kind of went backwards. I'm like, well, yeah, all of these planets, big planets, retrograded back to where they were last spring. All those big planets had moved on to a place where we all really liked it this summer. You know, it brought out the spiritual warrior, burned off the fog. It was very much gave us, we the people, a sense of freedom, lasting freedom. That was ours, and it felt very humanitarian. But since these things have retrograded back into the signs that they were there last spring, it's really kind of stabilizing some areas for Don Julio. And he's the sense that maybe I can stay here and maybe people will. It's all temporary. It's all temporary. So we were outlining, when are we going to feel better? When are we going to get out of this garbage? Well, we are in cleanup right now. And I believe it's Saturn. I should get my ephemeris out. I think Saturn goes back into Aries on February 14th. And, okay, here it is. We're looking at February 14th. My book is falling apart. Oh. January 26th, oh boy, January 26th, Neptune goes into Aries. I'm sorry, this is messy. It's like the 28th, 29th. Now, February 14th, Saturn, yep. Saturn goes into Aries. These are going to be conjunct again. We really liked that setup. That's February 14th. And then we have, here's the other one. April 26th. We have Uranus going into Gemini. See what's going on here? We used this whole time to clean crap up. So when we go back this way, it's like we have a clean slate and we know where we're going and we've got traction. You know, we're just riding along like we're on rails. And then June, Jupiter goes into Leo. So, these January 29th, that's next month. We are going to get this, the haze is going to burn off. The following month, we have Saturn going into Aries. And then April and June, it's like we're full speed ahead, you guys. We got our crap figured out. This guy is melting. He's gone. He is gone, you guys. If you know how he puts on so much makeup, he needs to put it on his hands, because even when he's sitting there and he's got a bandage over his hands look dead to me. He has no color. His ears look dead. Like, he's not getting oxygen. It's just, oh boy, this is, okay, last thing. And I've been having a vision, an image of his heart as of late. It is not good. I think he's got that thing. I think he's got some device that is keeping the ventricles going and things pumping. And when I look at that thing, like if the heart is, okay, I'm just gonna make a heart, is like that, it's like I'm only, like this is like vibrancy, red activity. All the rest of this on the outside of his heart, it's all gray. Like it's dying. This thing is keeping him alive. Show me the outside gray of the heart. 7 of Pentacles. Show me the red going on in the inside of the heart. Look at that, the 7 of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. We're at 7s, you guys. The heart is, the heart is known to have its own mind, its own electrical system. This is what the heart is like. What is going on here? I'm done. I'm stuck here. This is as far as I'm going to go. What's going on with that red? What's behind that red? The 10 of Pentacles reverse. It's failing. The heart, vibrant, beautiful, successful, everything he wants, everything it can't function to uphold it. What's going on to the future? It's just hanging on. The heart is just hanging on. There's so much he wants to get done, but it's just hanging on. That device is keeping him alive. So that's that, you guys. So, where'd y'all go? So, do you guys have any questions? How are you guys doing? Oh, whoops. I'm so far away. How can he have heart trouble when he has no heart? Right? Exactly. Oh, yeah, you guys, this flu and this COVID thing I swear to God, it was just still on the other side of the world a week ago, but it's here in many places. I'm following my state, Illinois. They've adopted their own kind of health guidelines, breaking apart from RFK and what he's doing. And the consortium, I think there's other states, blue states, that are doing their own thing. That's where I'm going to get my information on keeping yourself safe. Supposedly, I don't know if this is true, I heard the flu shot would not assist, but then I read more today through a reliable source that it does address a variant, but not all. And if you do get the flu, it's the shot helps minimize those symptoms. But it's just, I have just had warning signs going off in my brain and my body about what is coming, because it is so virulent and so contagious. So be careful out there, you guys. That's all I'm going to say about that. Do whatever works for you. Caroline, will he be gone before he starts trying to annex Canada? Yes. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. That is, do you guys see, like, all these bad guys that have banded together? It's like Bibi gets the Gaza, Putin gets Ukraine, Xi gets Taiwan, and for whatever reason, America gets Canada and Greenland, which is just dumb. Dumb. When is Heggie leaving his job? I don't know. I feel like he's just really going to try to stay and hang in there, because Donald needs him to, because he's doing way much more than his job description that we see on the surface. And they're going to have to figure out who is going to fill in that role, even if it's a back channel. but he coordinates so much for Donald with the transnational crap, and he's doing the things that is the reason for the regime to exist. You know, to say we're doing this, this, and this. He's such a central key figure to the propaganda that to take him out, it's like everything will fall apart. They can't keep it together. I just got, they are furiously trying to work things in the background, but it's that he has such a massive budget. He has such a massive job. I don't think they can do it. Ventricular assistive device. Thank you, Gretchen. Okay. Okay, so that is it. Okay. So I'm going to end it here. You guys have a lovely evening. We will see you soon. And, you know, just keep on keeping on. You guys take care of you. No one can take care of you like you take care of you. Okay, so no stress, no wrinkles. Okay, we'll see you later. How far behind am I? Okay, I don't know, my chat stopped working. I would like to say goodbye to you guys, but I'm just not seeing anything. So, good night. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Cynthia. Oh, what? Just joined. Judicial Committee just subpoenaed Jack Smith. Oh, boy. He is so much in the background, you guys. These guys are freaking out about that. Okay. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, Rob. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Bye.